Hello everyone, hello, hope you're doing okay. Chocolo Roberto here, but not for a video review, it's for Look Back episode 40. Yeah, basically where I look back at what I reviewed 5 years ago and 1 year ago. So I do this typically every week, but maybe every couple of weeks, you never know. See what happens. But yeah, so that's what it's about. So it's going to be quite an interesting one because it's Christmas time around now, isn't it? So clearly it's going to be looking back at sort of the festive chocolate surprises that I reviewed some time back. So we'll see if they're still around and if they're, what we still think of them now, really. Although I've been a bit selective, I've not just done all Christmassy stuff, just because there's one surprising one actually that's actually for Easter, because you might have seen in the shops that some of them are already selling Easter products, which is kind of bizarre, but it makes sense when you consider that they've probably been selling Christmas stuff for about 3 or 4 months now. So there we go. So it's an interesting one. So we'll test the older graphics, see if they work. I've got all these. I mean, I had a quick practice before, but you know what it's like. Basically, whenever you do things live, it never works. So there you go. There's one graphic. There you go. How about that? What do we think? That's the wrong one. No, hang on. There we go. Yes, there we are. So I did do member videos, by the way. I did member review a year ago, and this was I can't even read that. Was it Tesco's finest turkey and sage butter hand cooked crisps? Yes, if you're a bronze member or above, this will be one you can go and check out. Actually, I don't know if they still sell them. Let's just have a look. Did he? Let's have a look. Did he sell these? Tesco. Was it finest turkey sage butter? Let's have a look. Did he still sell these ones? Well, they are coming up on Google. Yeah, it looks like they're back in stock. Looks like they do sell them again. So they are available. But I don't know. Yeah, interesting. So anyway, if you want to see that review, it is available. I'll put all the links in the description, actually, by the way, later on when I finish the when I basically finish the live. So they will all be available there as well, so you can click on the links and stuff like that. So there we go. Now I'll probably go. I feel I'll go back to what I did 5 years ago first. You know, I think sometimes yeah, I think it's interesting to go 5 years back. So I'll do 5 years ago. Let's get the rest of it up. Let's see. How do we... so there we go. There's that bit there. We've got some other stuff there. Let's see. Where is it now? There we go. Oh, hang on. Yep, there we go. And not that one. Where's the other one? There we go. Yes, I'll have to change these to 2024 soon. And 2019. Can you believe 2019? 5 years ago. I mean, it's just madness, isn't it? I mean, the pandemic and things was 2020, wasn't it? I mean, that's almost... Goodness me. Well, time is really flying by, and I actually am struggling to keep up. I'm struggling to keep up. I really am. But there we go. All right. So Galaxy Salted Caramel Festive Cake Bar. Let's get for that one first. 5 years ago. Let's find the... I've mentioned it now, so I have to find the right one time. Which one did I say? There we go. There we are. Look at that. Looks an interesting one. These one. Now this is the new branding. So I could have used the old graphic basically. Or the old wrapper, stuff like that. But basically, this is the the new one they've got. And you can see it doesn't call them festive anymore. But that's what they used to be referred to as on the wrapper. Quite an interesting one, this one. Cake bars. Well, cake bars are a funny one, aren't they? You've seen. I've reviewed loads of these. Loads of cake bars. I don't know. I've got a playlist full of them. I don't know. Must have read about 30 of them or something. They're all okay, but generally they tend to just be a very bland sponge covered in chocolate with a varied top, a very small, different topper, basically. So they're all kind of a bit. I don't know. There's not many of them that stand out. A lot of them are very similar. And I gave these ones a 3.5 out of 5. I gave these ones. So basically, they look quite nice actually. The shape was quite nice. Had a sort of decoration on the top of it, similar to a decoration you get on a Mars bar or Snickers or something. So it's not a massive decoration, but you know, it's a little swirl, so it's better than nothing. More than most cake bars have actually. Instead, the sponge tasted pretty good actually. Nice sponge to it, which is predominantly the most part of these cake bars. They're almost all like 80-90% sponge, I think. So that's important, and it was nice actually. But I thought the one thing, I don't know whether I marked it down as results, I don't think I did, but ridiculous packaging on these ones. We've seen it before. I always mention this in my reviews. We've got massive flourishes of empty space. This is like a box, a cardboard box with 5 of them in a, you know, and basically there's just such a ridiculous amount of dead space in these boxes. It was ridiculous. You could probably fit about, I don't know, double the amount of bars in there. They come in with a 5-pack. You could probably fit at least 3 more in there with all the space, and there's space for that many more. Maybe not in one piece, but anyway, yeah, that was a problem. But the problem for me, there's not enough caramel filling, and it didn't particularly taste very salty. It's salted caramel. It didn't really taste much of that. And to be honest with you, I think I probably got this one relatively spot on, really. It sounds like a 3.5 out of 5 for me. Still nice to eat, maybe slightly better than average, I think, with a nice sponge. You know, the average cake bar, probably a 3 out of 5, something like that. Hard one to say. Sometimes I move around to the averages too, but I think, I don't know, cake bars, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should say it's a 2. Anyway, I think about 3.5 out of 5. I think that's probably about right. So I'm going to say that's the same. 3.5 out of 5, I think, is the gist of it. So yeah, I think a 3 out of 5 is too low, basically. I don't know. Yeah, I think to say the average cake bar is probably a 3 out of 5. I'll keep with that. I move down sometimes to say the average of something is 2 out of 5. I think with crisps, for instance, because yeah, there's just not many. There's just not much room to maneuver if you rate everything at least 3, basically, like ready salted and stuff like that. So there's not many crisps that are sort of less. Well, the worst is too strong a word, but you would probably vote less or rate less than ready salted, basically. So I have to move it down for that reason. So quite an interesting one, those ones, quite nice ones, but I don't know. I think it's just the fact that the salted caramel, as I say, wasn't really there, so that was the problem there with those ones. Now I did. What else did I review? Let's see. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's just do it. Let's just. I was going to move around a bit, do a bit of variety, but I'll do the orange ones as well. So there is an orange one available. Essentially the same thing, really, but this case it's orange flavoured rather than salted caramel, what have you. Because again, it's got the same bonuses as the other one, but I gave this one a 4 out of 5. So there's obviously something a bit better about this one, basically. So it's a nice shape, but this and the other. All the same problems, just ridiculous amount of dead space. But I thought that the flavours worked really well together, and the textures. The orange flavour really, really worked, actually. It was a lot better, a lot more interesting. And I thought the whole thing was just better than some of its parts, essentially. So it had a nice bunch, had a nice chocolate. But it was just better. It just worked better, and it had punch above its weight, basically. And the orange flavour as well worked quite well with it, but it was a bit too subtle again. But I think a 4 out of 5 probably about right. I think again, I don't think it's one. I certainly don't think it's a 4.5 out of 5. And I think it's better than the other one, which is a 3.5. Maybe the other one should have been a 3. I don't know. I think there's definitely worse cake bars than the salted caramel one for sure. So I think the same. I think a 4 out of 5. I think basically. Now, just while I'm here, actually, yes, I don't know those you watching, don't worry, you don't have to comment or anything, but YouTube's got an offer where I can basically gift support level memberships out to people. I can do 10 a month, apparently. So I might start this today. Now, I don't know how it works. I don't know if it will only apply to people in the chat who are watching live. I'm not sure how it works. I don't know. We'll give it a try, see what happens. Who knows? But yeah, so if you're watching, you might be able to get support level membership. And what I'm thinking of doing, normally bronze level or above, get basically around 4 extra reviews a month, essentially, of random things, and also access to all the previous reviews that I've done. What I might do is, I think, going forward with the support membership, I might offer like 1 extra video review a month, basically. No access to the old reviews. You have to be a support bronze member above. But I think I might do that, actually. So if you are watching, you might get a chance to be a support member. And I'll probably hopefully we'll publish a member review today. So that'll be your exclusive one for the month. I'm assuming it'll be every month. The memberships will reset and things, so it'll be like December, January, things like that. So I think I can give 10 out a month, basically. So yeah, I guess the obvious thing is, you're meant to attract people in. So it's a bit like that, isn't it? So basically, I'm hoping that you'll continue on with it. But nonetheless, it rewards people for watching and fans of the channel, and it also gives people who perhaps can't afford to do it, don't have the opportunity to do it, a chance to at least get something. Because I don't like to restrict too much. Really, it's one of them. That's why I sort of try to ensure that I still do the regular reviews and don't just do all member ones, things like this, because I don't think it's fair. And generally are different things as well. So there'll be like crisps or ice cream, stuff I wouldn't have normally done on the channel, basically. So I pushed the boat out in that respect. It's things I just wouldn't normally have reviewed. And that's still the case, actually. I never do normal, regular chocolate bar, cake bar reviews. It's always crisps and ice creams and stuff like that. And the more members I get, the more chances I'm going to do other exclusive reviews and more pushing the boat even further. Maybe I don't know, do Domino's reviews, McDonald's reviews and stuff like that. Who knows? Hi there, Joe. Great to see you. How are you doing? Great to see you, Joe. Good to see you. Yes, I'm not doing too bad, thank you. I had a bit of a bad couple. Well, maybe week and a half last week. Was it last week, the week before? I can't remember now. Time. I wasn't too great then. I was just feeling a bit. I don't know what it was. I don't know if I just had a sort of weird. I don't know. I wasn't feeling too great anyway. But the gist of it is, I'm back. It took about a week and a half to get back to normal because it knocked my sleeping pattern out. It's a bit of an nightmare. You probably just expected me to say yes, I'm fine. How are you? But there we go. That's the channel it is. But yeah, so basically, I wasn't great, but I'm feeling a lot better now. So it took a bit of time to get back on track, actually. So Joe, you might be able to get a support level membership. You might have missed what I was talking about a second ago. But basically, long story short, is I can gift out memberships of support level above. And what I'm thinking of doing going forward is giving support level members 1 free exclusive review a month. They'll only last for that month, so basically it'll be retracted, and go just to bronze level and above after that month. So December will be one, stuff like that. So I'm thinking about that. So you might get one, Joe. You're always in the chat, so hopefully you'll get one. I think it'll just go to people who are in watching the live. I don't think you have to chat or anything, but we'll see. I've got it should offer 5 out, so we'll see what happens. Who knows? I'll leave it till a bit longer, maybe till I get to the 1 year mark, and we'll do it midway point. But let me know if you get that. So interesting. And I should publish a video later on. Be quite interesting actually. Quite interesting that. Well, I don't know, excited is too strong a word, but I'm quite interested to see how it'll work out and whether it'll, people will enjoy that perk and things like this. So it might be a good one to have, actually. So I haven't mentioned it previously. I only literally thought of it 5 minutes before doing the live. So I haven't mentioned it in any updates or anything like that, but there we go. So that's something to bear in mind, so it should be quite nice. Now I think you have to opt in, everyone. So if you have to opt in for this to get these gifts, you have to, I don't know, so there might be an option somewhere. If you look in the chat, look somewhere, try to make sure you've opted in for to receive free memberships. Now I don't know how you do that. Hopefully it's straightforward. Let's have a look. I'll just have a quick check actually. How to opt in for gift memberships, YouTube. There you go. That should tell you. Right, go to the eligible channels video, click join, more, gift settings, it says. Confirm that you would like to opt in by toggling the allow gift switch. So if you're watching, go do that now, because the chances are you're probably quite likely to get a free membership, assuming it gives it, because I don't get loads of people watching live, do I? I don't think. Well, maybe I do, it could all be secret. But but anyway, do that. So unless you don't have to, it's perfectly fine. I don't know how it works. I don't know whether it'll give them out to random people who aren't even watching the video, or it's only people. I don't know how it works. So YouTube's magic, basically. I don't pick and choose, basically. But anyway, so do that. Yeah, do that now. You've got a bit of time. So yeah, I'll perhaps put that in the chat actually. Click join, it says, and then more, then gift settings. Okay, then opt in by picking allow gifts. There we go. All right, there we are. Okay. And as far as I know, that's all you have to do. I mean, maybe there's more, maybe there's all, I don't know. I'm not sure. As I say, don't have to do it if you don't want to, but there you go. It's there. It will be, hopefully. All right. So yes. So what else did we review? And how are you doing, Joe, by the way? Sorry if I didn't ask. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're doing well. Step by step. Now, apologies if the chat is a bit slow coming through. I do, but sometimes I have a window open of basically me watching my own channel just to check how it's going. And sometimes I see the chat coming in sooner than it appears in my chat window. So no idea why that is. YouTube. There we go. But yeah, one of those. Apologies for that, but I've not done it this time because I don't want to give myself a membership, basically, because yeah, that would be not great, not a great use of the membership gifting option. So I've not got it there this time, so I can't tell. But yeah, how you doing, Joe? I hope things are going well for you. And how's the weather? I know you said it was pretty nice actually, so hopefully it's still going well. Now, what else? I had a bit of a. This was a random one. This one was a random one. Well, I mean, yeah, okay. Where is it? Where's it gone? Phaser, there we go. So this Phasers, this Carl Phaser, one of my favourite chocolate brands actually. Carl Phaser, really like Carl Phaser. Great brand of chocolate. Finnish company, sold primarily in Sweden and Finland. They're really nice. But they did this one, Turkish pepper. Now it's that's the translation. It's basically Turkish pepper. It looks like Turkish pepper. I think it's pretty much what they call spicy licorice flavour essentially. So this one now, I gave this. I think I was maybe being a bit generous. Well, basically, I gave it 3.5 out of 5. And I sort of said that very strong licorice taste, lots of crunchy bits. It was really crunchy. This Turkish pepper. It's like a boiled sweet almost, and there's loads of it in there. Crammed full of it. It was crammed full of it, and it's got like a warning sign. You can see, you can see it's got like this sort of warning sign on the set. It's basically meant to be hot. It's got like a flame symbol. I wouldn't have said it was very hot. But nonetheless, it did have it. Yeah, good to see you back on track. Thank you so much, Jar. It's good to be back on track, really. I'm not quite thoroughly there yet, to be honest with you. I'm still, trying to get back into the swing of me, but definitely better. Today was actually the first night I've actually relatively gone to bed at a normal time and got up at a normal time. Because before I was like going to bed too early and getting up too early, and it just was a bit of a cycle of getting back to normal. But gradually I was going to bed about an hour later or something like that, and I finally did it. So Yeah, my weather brust. Well, you need to have. I think it's just a space. I think, Joe, you've got an underscore there, so I think you need a space. So I think anyway. Let's have a look. Let's have a see. Something like that. Oh no, it's worked. Oh no, you did it again. Okay, yeah. All right. So what's the weather? Yes, so I've got some. Yeah, currently Brusque conditions 90 degrees, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Goodness me, Joe, that's record breaking pretty much in the UK. Well, not quite, but it's very hot for the UK. That would be very hot. Compared here, we've got 11 degrees here in Jow, so it's a bit different. We are in the winter, of course, here. All right, yeah. No idea what humidity is. Probably, yeah, I don't know, 61% humidity. But I think the important thing there is the massive difference in temperature there. Goodness me, I mean that is ridiculous. Yeah. Well, hope you're enjoying it, Joe. I hope you're enjoying that weather. I know it'd be too hot for me, that, to be honest with you. You know. But that's because I'm not used to it. There we go. But anyway, this Turkish pepper stuff. Yes, nice chocolate basically. Lovely chocolate. Scarface, I can't recommend it enough. And you can get them online, or you could do. I've not done it for some time. But basically you can you can go to their website and order them. And you have about relatively reasonable delivery options. I think it's like £6 or something last time. Obviously you have to buy more to take advantage of it. But anyway, really nice. You can get them in other places, I'm sure. But either way, this one. Yeah, this one, definitely. I'm not giving this a 3.5 out of 5. I was thinking I was being too nice. I said this wasn't for me, but I can appreciate it, basically. And I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. That is not what it was. I think I kept eating it later. I thought, what on earth did I do? That just wasn't it. And it's a borderline. I'm not giving many 1 out of 5s, but I think this one almost is a 1 out of 5. Almost. It just wasn't pleasant, really. It was like eating sort of cough sweets. It was too licoricey for me. I know in some places in Northern Europe they do quite like... licorice and stuff like that. It's very much a thing. I know in the Netherlands they have it, and presumably Finland as well, but it wasn't for me at all, wasn't it? It really wasn't. And to be honest with you, I think the Vegemite, Dairy Milk Vegemite they had in Australia once, I gave that a 1 out of 5. I think it was horrendous. Have I given anything else? I don't know if I've given many things 1 out of 5. That's the lowest score I'd currently give. I don't give 0.5 or 0 or anything like that. I think this one, I think it was a 1.5 out of 5, I'm going to say. Press the wrong one there. Hang on a sec. Where have I gone? 1.5 out of 5, I think. Yeah, it just wasn't. It wasn't very pleasant at all. You've got to really like this kind of thing, and it's not for me. Not for me at all. So yeah, shame. Doing well, thanks. Yes, doing well, thanks. Oh, hang on. The cabbages in the garden are not liking though. Yeah, a bit too hot for them, is it? I imagine. I'm sure you can grow cabbages in the UK, so that definitely implies to me that they don't like hot weather. So yes, 11 degrees seems very pleasant. It's not bad actually. It's not bad. I did go out briefly before, and it's not too bad. I mean, it's brisk, I think is the term, brisk. Feels colder than that though. It's like 10 degrees. Well, it says 10 degrees. Yeah, there we are. All right. So I'll say everyone, I'm going to give you some support memberships away. Don't know how it works. We'll see what happens. But if I've made a comment above. Click join, click on more, gift settings, and opt in by picking allow gifts. So and that means anyone can give gifts actually. If you're that way inclined, if you're very generous, it's Christmas nearly, want to give out loads of memberships, you can do that. And then what I'm thinking is, so currently support memberships don't get anything actually other than like a nice little badge. But from today, I think Brainwave had, I'm going to offer people who are support level like 1 free video a month just for that month. There'll be 1 allocated video per month that people can support level can view. They can't view the old videos, stuff like that. It'll just be literally 1 extra a month. I think that's probably a good way of doing it actually. I'm quite pleased I thought of something today so I could offer it, because I felt like what can you really get by being a support member? Is it really that, and obviously other than just supporting channel generally, which is what people who generally don't get gifted give. But there we go. So alright, so 1.5 out of 5. Yeah, Turkish pepper. If you really like licorice, this is probably for you. It's one of those, isn't it? Like I was saying to someone in the comments the other day, if you really like this, then you're gonna, I think, well, kind of in the comments, sort of liaising around the subject or talking around the subject. But basically, if you really like something, like licorice, Turkish pepper, there's probably a 5 out of 5, isn't it? But I think for the most people, no, not a good one. That one, I was not happy with that. And I really like Carface as well. And I think I was blinded, but I think I sort of gave it the benefit of that. Well, some people really like this one. I can appreciate that it's got something special going on. But to be honest with you, I think I came at it the wrong angle basically. And I do, So anyway, there we go. Now the other one I got is a Nestle Milky Bar. Yes, this is a sharing block. Now I couldn't find an actual picture of this one properly. There might have been one in existence somewhere, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Maybe it exists, but you can see it looks really beautiful. Nestle Milky Bar. Now it's funny actually because someone in the comments, let's see, made a note of let's see. Yes, a guy called Adam in the comments actually mentioned that they've changed the recipe for Milky Bar recently, and it's gone terrible again. And that's funnily enough, and Adam does remind me a bit of Andrew Winton. Andrew Winton 5 years ago, I mentioned it in the review, saying Andrew had mentioned that they changed the recipe, and I must review it again. So I don't know if they just keep changing the recipe, but basically, so that was a funny one really. And I think Adam, if you're watching, good to see you, and thanks for that, by the way. So this one, well, I mean, basically this is a sharing block. They don't call it sharing block anymore, I don't believe. But what did I give it? I gave it actually 5 out of 5. Now I reckon myself, I think that even though it's a Milky Bar, it's a regular chocolate bar, I can find it anywhere. I sort of rate it as probably one of, if not the best white chocolates. I think there was a Finnish one I had. Was it Panda? I think it was. I think they were very very nice white chocolates as well. As a person who watching channel from Finland sent me a load of Finnish chocolate. Best white chocolate? I think so, Joe. I think it's definitely up there. Definitely up there, I think. It's just really nice, but unfortunately, as I say, Adam in the comments was mentioned that they changed the recipe and it's just not as nice. So I'll have to review it again, I think. But but this one here, I'd mentioned that they changed the recipe as well. So I mean, I don't have to keep changing it every 5 years. Maybe they do. But I have noticed that the wrapper on Milky Bar was kind of this off-white colour you can see in the picture. Obviously that's not the wrapper, but it represented that colour of white chocolate. But the wrapper now is really white. It's literally almost white actually, almost like the background to this to the little rectangles and things behind it, but maybe obviously a bit more actual white rather than grey because it's transparent. But yeah, so anyway, so they have changed the wrapper at least anyway. But yeah, it sounds like they've changed the recipe as well, so I must re-review them. Now I did also notice this sharing block. It was 100 grams. Basically, and they still do I think they still sell it as a sharing bar rather. I'm sure when I search for it, but it's 90 grams now, so they've actually reduced it by 1/10, which is a bit ridiculous, really, isn't it? So I don't know, 5. Well, I'd have to obviously re-review it to see what the new one is. I'm just wondering if it's as good, if they have changed the recipe. What do I think? 5 out of 5? I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's sort of white chocolate isn't, perfect. I don't think it does catch him throat a bit. I feel like maybe I was a bit. I don't know. It looks great. I love the look of it. I don't know. 5 out of 5. It's a 4.5 out of 5. I'm gonna say 4.5 out of 5. I think. If I pick the right one, I keep picking the wrong one. Let's have a look. There we go. Hang on. There we are. Right. 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, I think just it's down slightly. I think. I don't know. It's just. Not quite, I don't know. When I had it afterwards, I remember thinking, I'm not. I don't know now. When I had it, I think sometimes when you have a chocolate and you have a really nice experience, or either you're hungry or something, it just really works. Sometimes you've got a nice cup of coffee or cup of tea with you, and it all just works perfectly. And for some reason, you're in this perfect frame of mind, and what you have, is probably half a mark more than you would normally have it. And I think that's what happened here. I think I was half a mark. In a better way or something like that than I was otherwise, I think. And I think it's still a good one. I don't know, but I feel like it wasn't perfect. I don't know. Maybe if you had like another centre in something else that complemented a bit more. Although I did just review the Speculoos one, which wasn't very good at all, but what was kind of hinting at is it had something in it, or so like something else to bring it up. Maybe there's room for improvement. So I think 4.5 out of 5 maybe. It's one of those. Being hungry, yeah. Yes, sir. Or even after a salty essay, yes, well, salty meal, well, exactly. Things like that, and that definitely works if you did. Click the wrong button there. Definitely works if you reviewing drinks, that's for sure. But yeah, exactly. It depends on what's going on, really. Yeah, this is it. It's a strange one. That's why when I review some chocolates, when I was doing the live ones, maybe I'll do a live review next week, by the way. I always say there's like first chocolate syndrome. So when you're reviewing the first one, last chocolate syndrome as well. The first one always has a bit of a bonus because it's the first one you have and you're excited to eat them. And last one you're sick of them, Relatively anyway, yeah. So there we are. So still very nice. All right, so let's see how we do this gifting and see what happens. And so I don't know if when people are watching, whatever, I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. We'll try gifting these things, see if it works. I'll give you one last chance to accept the gifts before I do it. Actually, let's just have a see. So I'll say you've got to click on the option to gift. Well, let's have a look. Let's go back again. what does it say? Click join. So you got to click the join button apparently. Wherever the join button is, it's on the channel perhaps or in the chat. I'm not sure. But find join on the channel somewhere. There'll be an option that says join. Click more. In fact, you know what? Let's do this myself. Actually, I'll just check what goes on. Hang on. Let's just check this is accurate. Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a see. Let's have a look. All right. I'm just kind of coming into the channel myself. Let's see what it says. I'm watching myself now live, which is interesting. So there should be a join option. I can't. Oh yeah, hang on. There's a join there. Join. Let's have a look. I can't see it now. So it says click join. Click more. It says. Well, there's no more. I can't see a more option. Oh yeah, you go. Well, if you click the three dots at the top, it says gift setting. Now, of course, on mobile it might be different. There's three dots at the top, like next to the X button, like a little pop-up. It says gift settings, and there's an allow gifts toggle option, basically. So if you click that, there you go. You've got to toggle that, and it says you could receive a 1-month membership to channels you interact with, including Chocolo Roberto. It says you can still receive gifts from channels you've allowed before. So yeah, so do that basically. So if you click on the join option, so that's join memberships button. It's like next to the subscribe button, things like that. Click on the three dots or more or whatever, and then it'll say, and then there's gift options, gift settings. Then click allow gifts. So yep, so I've got basically I'll just transition with the graphics. So you've got like literally another minute or two to do all that. So you know it'll be interesting to see what happens. So Joe, I don't know if you're doing that, Joe. Let me know if you've done it, Joe. If you're not interested, don't worry, Joe. But if you've done it, you're probably likely to get one. Hope you do, Joe. It'd be nice if you did, because I think you've always been chatting. So yeah, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. Like I say, I'm not in control of it. So all right. Okay. All right. So we'll go back to 1 year now, and as I say, then we'll transition. All right, and we'll move the thing and see what happens. Maybe no one will get them. I don't know how it works, as I say. So, all right. So we move to 1 year ago. Let's give it a go. So I'm assuming everyone's done it who wants to do it. Membership gifting. Let's have a look. Maybe it might not even work when I click it. Gift 5 now. Let's see what happens. I've done it. I've clicked the button. Okay, gifted 5 memberships. It says. Okay, Andy Edits has got one. Stephen R's got one. Let's see. Right, good few people here have got one there. So I can't click on it to show it on the screen, I don't think. So Andy Edits has gone. Andy, great to see you, Andy. I know you're a regular on the channel. Are you in the gym now, Andy? Maybe you are, so you can't chat, but you've got a support membership. Stephen R as well. Well done. Congratulations. Congratulations. Papa King. Okay. Papa King Dong. Okay. Baby Daddy. Okay. Well, anyway, welcome, Papa. Not seen you before, but you've got a Michael J as well. And Bach as well. Bach. I don't know if it's the famous composer. I'm assuming not, but Michael J as well. So sorry, Joe, you didn't get one. I don't know how it's allocated, Joe. So I do apologise, but I will be giving 5 out again next week. I can't pick who it is who gets them basically. But congratulations to everyone who got one. I'll be doing a support level exclusive review for later. It's going to review after this one. Probably a Christmas crisp actually. So yeah, so I'm going to get back on track. So enjoy your memberships. Yeah. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. So you get them free for a month. Then I'll hand out some more. So yeah, well done. And if Andy, if you're at the gym, well done. I'm sure it's you, Andy, at the gym anyway. Hopefully I've not got that wrong. I'm sure it is, but there we go. So I think you might be able to see in the chat actually who got it. So yeah, so there we are. But I can't select. Usually in the chats I can pick a chat option and get it. Yeah, so there we go. So I assume it's people who are subscribed basically. Is the gist of it. So there we go. So there we are. We did it. Hurrah! So I'll say I'll give 5 out next week. It'll be roughly Christmas again next week, won't it? So I'll be giving out some then as well. So there we go. So I'll say congratulations, everyone. Congratulations. Oh, apologies, Joe. I mean, you know, you definitely deserve one, Joe. So I'm sorry about that. I don't know how it allocated them at all, really. But unfortunately, I have no control over it. So there we go. It's typical, isn't it? But there we are. Oh dear, never mind. Hopefully we'll get one at some point, Joe. Fingers crossed. Alright, so 1 year ago, what did we do? What on earth happened 1 year ago? Well, I can't remember yesterday, never mind 1 year ago, but let's see how we can do. Actually, an interesting one. So obviously it was around Christmas last year. As I mentioned at the start of the session, they do start selling Easter products around this time as well. And randomly, well, maybe not quite randomly, but B&M, some other places, but started selling the Cadbury Cream Egg White. I mean, you know, around Christmas time, madness. But there we go. So I was considering leaving this for a bit later, actually. You know, around Easter time to do it in look back. But you know what? I'll just forget it won't happen. I'll just do it now. You know what I mean? So even though it's not really very festive, well, I guess it kind of. Well, I don't know. is it? Well, I don't know. Guess it's a religious thing, isn't it? So maybe it's sort of festive in some kind of way. But there we go. Oh yes, and oh, no worries at all. I do appreciate cameras. Oh, thank you, Jared. No problem. Well, to be honest with you, it's one of the. I mean, I guess it avoids the feeling obligated to give people memberships, doesn't it? It avoids that sort of thing. Because obviously, if let's just say there was 6 people now chatting, how could I pick 5 of those 6 people, and it just wouldn't be very fair. So I guess that's how it does it. But unfortunately, it didn't quite work out this time, Jar. But hopefully next week, as I say, if you turn, and as I say, I don't even know if these people are even watching this live, so I don't know. They might be. I don't know. Yeah. So there we go. But anyway, interesting option. It gives me something to I don't know, to consider as well. But thanks so much, Jar. Anyway, well, as I say, I'm sure I can do 10 every month, basically 5 a session. So basically, I'll probably do it the first 2 weeks of the month, or the first 2 lives of the month, basically, because obviously it'll probably only last, I don't know how long it'll last for. Makes sense to do it that way. So, but I'll do them next week as well. Is maybe for Christmas time I'll make an exception and do it then, because obviously it's a gifting time. So. So there we go. But yeah, thanks for not understanding that, Jar. I don't have any control over it, unfortunately. But there we go. As I say, maybe it's just as well. So what did I give these one? Let me find my notes. Cabbage white cream egg. I gave it what did I give it? I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I gave it 3.5 out of 5. Basically, I thought it was great to have a white chocolate version of a cream egg, and he'd done all sorts of weird things in the past. I think like the year before this, so 2 years ago, well, roughly 2 years ago, it was a limit, sort of like a competition where if you could find a white one, you'd get £10,000 or £5,000, or depends where you got it from. It turned out, I think there was different levels, basically, depending on the shop you bought it from, based on the barcode or something. But and before that, I think it was half white and half milk as well. And this one, he just released it full stop. He just actually released it. I thought it was nice, but I thought it just wasn't as good as the regular cream egg. The regular one's pretty much a 4.5. I thought the white chocolate just didn't quite work, excuse me, with the cream egg sensor, basically. And I think you could probably appreciate that. Sometimes white chocolate just doesn't, I don't know, for me, it doesn't tend to work in as many circumstances, but it does work brilliantly with Terry's chocolate orange. So if you have a white chocolate, Terry's chocolate orange or what have you, brilliant, really works amazingly well, actually, in that case. But I think generally most other things, I've not had a perfect, as nice an experience with white chocolate when it's been like a replacement for the limited edition. Although there are exceptions. White chocolate crunch bar by Nestle, which I think has been discontinued in the UK now. You might be able to still get it in the mainland Europe. Great chocolate product, a lot nicer. Probably twice as good as the milk chocolate one. But you can still get the milk chocolate. I saw it just the other day actually in the post office, sending Christmas cards. But yeah, but basically, not as not as good as the milk chocolate one. This one, what do I reckon? Well, not enough. What did I say? Not enough caramel filling. That's the wrong notes. That's basically, and Cadbury White isn't the best white chocolate either. That's the other thing. 3.5 out of 5. I think it's probably about the same again. I mean, obviously, you might think, oh, you always give them the same, but generally, it's good that I give them the same mark generally, isn't it? Should be the same. Should be accurate. I think 3.5 out of 5. I think that was about right, to be honest with you. See if it out again this year. I haven't seen any Easter products specifically myself. See if it's out again this year. Hopefully, it will be. We'll see. Interesting one. I like that it exists. I'd like to see a dark chocolate one. I'd like to see a Bourneville one. And then Cadbury can do a free pack with a white one, a milk chocolate one, and a dark chocolate one. I'd love to see a Bourneville one, actually. I think that would be really nice. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I tend to, I think sometimes with definitely my tastes have changed. But I did have, remember, I think I mentioned this a few times, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. I had a sort of I went into really dark. I had a real dark chocolate time. Actually, I was. I don't know. Just had a real craving for Bourneville. Quite frequently. Some people say Bourneville's not dark chocolate, stuff like that. But nonetheless, it's not milk chocolate. And I was really enjoying that time actually. Yeah. And I think and I definitely have room for dark chocolate. And I think this would work very well as well with the sort of the cream egg sensor, because when you think about it, you got that sweetness of the cream egg sensor and the dark chocolate bitterness around the edge. I think that'd be really nice, and that's why the white chocolate one kind of doesn't work really, because it's just a bit it doesn't complement it well enough. It's not really the same. Yeah. What would be a traditional Christmas dinner in the UK? Well, these days it's basically turkey, so it's pretty much might be similar-ish to what the US have for Thanksgiving maybe. But turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, chestnut stuffing, you know, applesauce, cranberry sauce, things like that. Yeah, pigs in blankets, which are kind of sort of sausages wrapped in bacon, is another thing. Which is weird, common flavours for crisps you get, like the pigs in blankets one, the turkey stuffing one. Turkey and sage butter hand-cut crisp was the thing, wasn't it, from before? Stuff like that, basically, Joe. Yeah, as I said, turkey, gravy, all these kind of things. Stodgy food, basically, very stodgy food. I think in the past it was like goose, I think, rather than turkey, I think. I remember watching, I think, you know, Christmas Carol, the Charles Dickens novel with Scrooge and, you know, all this, that and the other. I'm sure they have goose in that. I'm sure that's the thing that what's his face? What's he called? I forgot his name now. Bob Cratchit. I'm sure that's what he gets with his money or something like that. I think. Yeah. So yeah. What about you, Joe? What's it like for where you are? I don't know. Very I mean, I can't imagine really Christmas with it being it's summertime. It's very yeah, it's very strange. Is the word anathema? I think. Yeah, I don't know. Very well. Counterintuitive. Just doesn't. It doesn't. It's weird. Yeah. I'm sure. I wonder if in Southern Hemisphere countries, I'm sure you still get like on Christmas cards things, snow themes and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's very strange. But yeah, an interesting one. Yeah. But let me know what you have, Joe. Let me know what you have. I'm sure it's probably not as stodgy as the UK stuff. Or maybe it is. Yeah. All right. 3.5 out of 5. That one. 3.5 out of 5. Okay, so what else? What else we got? Well, hang on. Yep, okay. Well, this one is kind of a Christmassy one, I think you'd say, sort of. Cabbage roses, yeah, look at that. Look at those cabbage roses. Selection box, basically, full of always even though it's not really themed Christmassy in any way, shape, or form, it's always something that I used to have at Christmas growing up. We used to have a massive tub of roses, and back in the day, I think rose tinted spectacles maybe, but always preferred them back in the day. They had dark chocolate, they had a Bourneville. I just preferred everything about them in the past. I don't know. Fond memories, the coffee cream, Bourneville in them. One called weird one, Montelimar or something. No idea what that was or is. I think it's like marzipan or something. Which I only remember was about a year or two ago when someone mentioned it in the channel. Completely forgot about that. But yeah, and some other stuff as well. Brazilian darkness, I think they've got rid of that one. And the caramel, the chewy caramel was actually chewy or a bit more tough. It's gone quite soft recently. Obviously, there's loads of roses. I reviewed them individually in this review I did a year back. All the chocolates, so they've all got an individual rating. But what did I actually give it? Well, I gave it a 4. 4 out of 5, this one. And you know what? I think maybe before I would have said maybe a bit lower than that, 3.5. It went a bit too sweet for me, roses. But I think they're actually pretty good. And I think, back in the day, I used to always think Quality Street weren't as good as roses and things. But I think nowadays, the tides might have turned a bit, Yes, it varies. Turkey's traditional, but very expensive here. Lots of starchy foods and ice cream. Ice cream, eh? The dessert, actually, I didn't mention dessert. It's Christmas pudding. It's like a weird, not for me at all. It's like a fruit cake, really dense fruit cake, I don't know. And people pour brandy on it and set fire to it as well. That's the thing. But it's never liked it. Mince pies as well, which aren't actually mince. It's like, I don't know. There's a reason it's called mince meat, but it's not meat at all. It's basically sultanas, raisins, sort of citrusy fruits in there, the peel of oranges and things, I think, stuff like that. Very nice. I quite like mince pies, actually. I definitely have a place for them. So wrapped in pastry. I've done a review of the Mr. Kipling's mince pies, I'm sure I did. Was that a member review? I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah. So, interesting one. Lots of cheap chocolate. Well, yeah, selection box. So Alan Lockhart sometimes pops in and he says he's got a selection box as his sort of like picture on his profile. So it's basically you just get a few chocolates in a box. And they're always quite nice, actually. Panettone is a thing as well. Yeah, it is a thing these days. I never had it when I was growing up, but you can get them. Yeah, panettone. Yeah, it is. It is a thing. But not when I was growing up. But maybe that was just because my mum never bought one. But an interesting one. Yeah, so cabbage roses. What do I reckon? Well, to be honest with you, I'm tempted. If anything, it's definitely not 3.5 out of 5. I feel like there's just not as much variety. No dark chocolates in there. There's lots of similar ones where there's like, which is the case in a lot of these anyway, really. But there's like, there's a caramel one and there's a caramel with a nut in it. I remember at one point there was like 3 or 4 different ones that were almost pretty much identical in cabbage roses. There was like about 3 different caramels that are runny caramels. The golden barrel, they had like basically a Cadbury caramel segment, and he had another one, which is another caramel in there. Not quite. That was like a low point of roses, and there was a real high point before that, and they've not returned to that, I don't think. But nonetheless, I think you know what I think I like a 4, and I think 4 out of 5. I think that's about right. The same. I think that's about right, really. If anything, it's closer to a 4.5 than a 3.5. But I think I think a 4 is probably about right there, really. Not enough variety. I need more dark chocolates in. Need other things. There are just so many similar. And the chewy caramel's not chewy enough. Did you have? I think the orange cream and the raspberry cream, whatever they're called, orange dream. I don't know. Orange cream and raspberry dream, I think it is. I think they both look great. They have pink and orange creams in the middle. But then the coffee cream I really like. They've got rid of that. The chewy ones aren't as chewy. They've got rid of the Brazilian darkness, which is a dark chocolate chewy one. I don't know. There's just not. And they've got like I think a signature truffle, which is truffles. I'm so bored of these days, and it's not like need to get rid of that one. So there's just and fudge is in there still, which isn't bad actually. But the vanilla fudge in Quality Street is actually one of those where I'm never excited to look at. I think I was talking to this with Andrew Winton years back. Saying it's never one you're really that interested in, but when you have it, it's actually really nice. And it's one you just think, I'll just have that one rather than the toffee penny or something. It's actually not a bad one, and that's how fudge should be done, really. Enjoy that one. Yeah, enjoy that. So, definitely room for improvement on there. I think we'll do Quality Street next week, by the way. I think that comes up next week, so, we'll do that one. So what else do we have? Let's see, we've done 2. Let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, Time Out Orange Wafer Bar. So Time Out Travesty. One of the crimes of this century, I think, actually. The removal, the withdrawal of the Time Out bar. One of the nicest chocolate bars there was, basically, and they've got rid of it for some reason, and basically replaced it with Time Out Wafer. Terrible bar, terrible. Imagine something that's just probably 10% as good as the original, and then imagine that, and that's what that is. This one, what did I give it? I actually gave this 2.5 out of 5. I gave this one. Very disappointing, but you know what? I don't think it was actually that bad. I said it was just a bit, like the orange was a bit boring. I said it's just a really boring bar. I think I was just disappointed with it because it was just still not the great, not the bar it used to be, basically. I remember Stephen Saunders mentioned at the time in the comments and a bit of a discussion, saying actually people quite liked it actually. And you know what? And I think I had it later, and I thought, I think you're right. It wasn't really a 2.5 out of 5. I don't think it was great, but it wasn't a 2.5 out of 5. Indeed, watching movies with snow in Christmas has always been unique. Maybe Australian versions will be different. Yes. Well, I think that's the thing. I'm sure in Australia, it's a very similar affair going on there as well. A bit random, really. I feel like December used to be much hotter in the past. Yeah, goodness me. Yeah. I mean, I think where I am, maybe it used to be much colder. I'm not sure, but see. Yeah, well, climate change is a thing. It is a thing. Yeah, so one of those, isn't it? But I don't know. I don't know what to make. I don't know. Yeah, we don't rarely get snow at Christmas in the UK. Sometimes get snow January, February. I have had some white Christmases before, but I think maybe once or twice, and it wasn't really that heavy a snow. Yeah, so Time Out Wafer, basically not as good as the old Time Out, completely different bar. It's more like a sort of blue ribbon rather than a Time Out. Time Out used to have a bit more like a twirl sort of filling between the wafer. Not as good at all, but nonetheless, it was definitely better than a 2.5 out of 5. You know what? I think the Time Out Wafer is probably a 2.5 out of 5. I think the orange thing just picked it up a bit actually, and I'm going to give it a bit more of the benefit of the doubt than I definitely gave it at the time. And I think I had it afterwards, and I think I felt like I got this one wrong, and I think I've clicked the wrong one again. I think I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. It's substantially better there, substantially better. So actually an improvement, that one. 3.5 out of 5, I think. It's definitely not a 4. Probably closer to a 3, but I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. Nearly Christmas, why not? So there we go. There we are. 3.5 out of 5. There we go. So interesting one, but yeah. All right. So what's the last one for today then? The last one, well, a very Christmassy one. This one, a very Christmassy one. Let's just get rid of all the shenanigans. Yes. Where have we gone? Where have we gone? I've lost it. Okay, here we go. Yes, it was the Bailey's Yule log. Look at this. Look at that now. I mean, looking at that, you'd think, wow. I mean, just wow. And it does look amazing. It does look amazing. I lost my review here. There we go, found it. But what did I give it? Well, I didn't give it, I gave it a 3. I gave it a 3. And you think, looking at that, you'd think that's probably one of the best things ever. I mean, it looks amazing. The presentation's spot on. Although when you really look at it quite closely, if you take off the top, it's really just basically a chocolate Swiss roll, isn't it, really? But it definitely looks the part. But the problem, what was the problem? Why was it only a 3 out of 5? Well, as I say, it looks amazing. And it smells really nice. Smells of Baileys. Baileys is an Irish cream liqueur. Basically, I don't know what the alcohol in it is, actually. I'm not sure what the actual alcohol is. Anyway, but it's, I don't know. But anyway, it's a creamy liqueur, essentially. I'm not a big alcohol fan, but Baileys I don't mind, actually. But the problem with it was, what was the problem? Well, it doesn't contain any Baileys to start with. It's flavoured Baileys, so there's no actual Baileys in it. I'm sure it might give some alcohol warning, but when you look at it, no actual Baileys is in it, which is disappointing, I think. They definitely could have had Baileys in there. I mean, it might be possible to get drunk off of Yule log, I don't know, but I think it'd have to be quite a substantial amount of Baileys in there. So why has it not got Baileys in? It's a crime. That's rubbish. And the buttercream was good in it. That's another bonus, actually, was the buttercream. There's also buttercream in it, which didn't feel very dry. But the problem was, and that was inside it really, the outside topper, I don't know if it might be buttercream. I'm not sure what it really actually is, but it was solid. It wasn't soft. That topper, when you look at that picture, looks like it'd be soft, doesn't it? And you think it'd be. I mean, it's not rock hard or anything, but it's a solid substance. It's actually quite solid. It's not soft at all, particularly. I mean, it's not as hard as lead or anything like that, but it's, but it's not soft. It's not creamy. You can't. It was disappointing. I thought that was going to be a buttercream, and it was just a bit rubbish, really. Most Yule logs are quite soft on the outside, have a nice creamy topper, more buttercream, but this one wasn't, and that should have had Baileys in it. I should have had an actual Baileys in, and the middle should have had. The middle didn't have any Baileys in either. The middle was just proper. Not proper, but just regular buttercream. It wasn't flavoured or scented or whatever, like the outside one, or both, like the outside bit. So the middle bit was just disappointing as well. So it was a real, disappointing product, really. It looked great, but it really was more style over substance. And the other problem with it as well was the salted caramel part as well. It's actually, it's Bailey's salted caramel Yule log, and there's no salt. I don't think I could really taste any salted caramel flavour in there at all, or I don't think there's any salted caramel in there. So it's I don't think there was any salted caramel around the buttercream. There might have been. You have to check that one, actually. As I say, we'll put the link of this review in the description. But basically it was just really disappointing, very disappointing. What looks really nice, and it wasn't cheap as well. I'm sure it was probably about £10 or something. I mean, and also, if there was any salted caramel, it was overpowered by the Bailey's flavouring, because that Bailey's flavour just overpowers it completely. So there's no real caramel in there, and it certainly doesn't taste salty if there is any. And as I say, the topper is just flavoured Baileys, no actual Bailey's in there either, and it was hard on the outside. The inside wasn't flavoured like that either, so the inside was normal. Maybe it was meant to be flavoured with salted caramel, I'm not sure, but it was disappointing, this one. I think for what you're looking at there and what you'd expect, it just was disappointing. So what do I give that one? I think it wasn't horrible though. I mean, it's still an extravagant cake, but it definitely wasn't as good as you'd expect. It was just disappointing. It looks far better than it tasted. It definitely is a centerpiece for sure. I mean, it looks great. It pretty much does look like that when you get it. I think the Bailey's logo is flat rather than sticking up, but even so, But I think for me, about the same, 3 out of 5. I think that's pretty much it, really. So disappointing one, but still nice. But nothing definitely disappointing. Right, well there we go, guys. That's the end of Look Back, episode 40. Can you believe it? 40? Goodness me, 40 of these. Yeah, wow. All right, so let me remove the graphics so we can tidy up. Maybe we can anyway. There we go. Might not do it in the right order, but there we are. All the right pictures, but not necessarily in the right order. And there we go. There's a comedy sketch somewhere. All right, there we go. There we are. And last but not least, there we go. All right, yeah. Well, thanks so much, guys, for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed you enjoy your support memberships. Everyone who got one again. Congratulations to Andy Edits, Stephen R, Papa King, Michael J, and Bach as well. I think Bach's looks to have some Korean in the name actually as well there. So yeah, maybe the Korean back equivalent or back composer there. I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember. When I had a MySpace account, I'm sure some back music as my background at one point. Yeah, I don't know. You know, don't know what it's called. But anyway, there we go. Yeah. Anyway, enjoy your support memberships. I'll be putting your monthly extra review tonight. Starting going forward from today, that will be a perk for support members. Just get one a month. Bronze members or above will get, you know, the backlog of them all, and maybe up to around 4 a month probably. But support members, as I say, so hopefully it will. I guess the idea is it'll get you, rope you in basically to keep you involved with it. But there we go. We'll see if it works. But anyway, I think it's just nice to do anyway. Either way, so there we go. So there we are. So yes, so thank you. I hope you have a great week. Oh, thanks so much, Joe. I hope you have a great one too. And well, Scotty, goodness me, better late than never. But Scotty's showing off your purple chocolate bar. So you're the longest, basically running concurrent member at the moment, Scotty. And you got purple chocolate bar. Look at that. There we go. I think there's 2 more colours after this one. Maybe 1, maybe 2. I'm not sure. I can't remember now. But there we go. Yeah. So yes, you're definitely leading the way there, Scotty. Congratulations on that. Thank you for all that support. Hope you're doing all right, Scotty. By the way, hope you're doing okay. Just so you know, Scotty, support members from today, I can hand out support memberships, 10 a month basically. So what I thought of doing is one of the member exclusives a month reviews, which I'm going to do later on. I'll give access just to those 1 a month to support members as well. But it'll just be for that month. Then it'll go, so it'll only be available. There won't be a back catalogue of reviews, so it'll be very much get it while it's there sort of thing. So obviously bronze members or above, such as yourself, will still get access to all of them and the backlog. You know, so but you know, it's obviously a lesser perk. So I'll be updating that later on to do that. So that'll be started from today. Just so you're aware, Scott, you don't think you're being shortchanged or anything like that. That's what's going on. So you still get definitely more of a perk. But there we go. But yeah, congratulations, Scotty, on yes, your is it 48 months? I think that is. Goodness me. 36 or 48, one or the other or both, but either way, congratulations. Thank you so much. I should check, shouldn't I? Really? Let's have a check before we head off. Let's have a check. Let's have a see. Hang on. Hang on. I did. I've got ChatGPT popping up now. What's going on here? ChatGPT. Goodness me. All right. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on. There we go. Yes, you got. Well, there's one more actually after yours, Scotty. But so I think it must be 48 months. I think. But there we go. But there's one more chocolate bar after yours, Scotty. So you're yeah. Goodness me. Doing all right there. Doing all right. But I hope you're doing okay, Scotty. Great to see you. Great to see you. All right, well, thanks again for watching. It really is massively appreciated. All your support. Thank you so much. Sorry it's been a bit quiet the past couple of weeks, but I wasn't very well for about a week and a half. Just managed to get back on track, basically. So there we are. But there you go. That's life, isn't it? Winter time, things like this. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and congratulations again to the support members who won their support membership. Enjoy it, and yeah. And thanks again, everyone. Take care, and apologies if I missed you saying well. I don't know if I say bye and you've said bye before I've replied or what have you. It's just the chat sometimes is a bit slow. There's a bit of a, back and forth delay or what have you. So I'm not ignoring you. I've just didn't see it before I left, basically. But all right, take care, everyone. See you soon. Have a great day. Bye for now. See ya.